What can you do to your home to get the most value and highest return on investment before putting it on the market? Stick around. I'm breaking down the 7 best home improvements you can do to maximize your property's value quickly and on a budget. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Garrett Gahn and I am your OC Realtor. I'm a Southern California real estate agent, and this channel is dedicated to providing value to buyers and sellers alike and to give a little inside glance into Southern California living. So, as I mentioned, in today's video, we're going to be covering the top 7 items that you can do to your property to maximize the price tag. This is a list that I've compiled from my professional experience as a realtor helping clients sell their homes. Now, I'm not going to be going over extensive rehab projects in this video. I'm going to keep this simple for the average individual who maybe has a lack of time or money and can do these quickly and on a budget. Make sure to stick around for number 7. I see so many homeowners skip this very simple but very important step. Let's get right into it. Item number 1, paint. Painting proves to be time and time again tried and true when it comes to your return on investment. Painting is so simple and so affordable, and it goes a long way. Trust me when I tell you this. When it comes to the paint color, we want to make sure to keep things light and neutral. Light and neutral colors are what is selling homes. If you have bright colors, if you have kind of random off the wall type of colors, we want to make everything very neutral and very bright and airy as possible. If you have a lot of one specific bold color in your home, that's only going to tailor to a certain buyer. We want to make sure to open up wide to the buyer pool as a whole. The objective here is to really open up the space, make it appear larger than it is, and also complement the furniture well with a neutral tone. Let's move on to number 2, but just keep in mind that a fresh coat of paint is going to go tremendously far in selling your home and appealing to your buyer. Number 2 on our list is lighting fixtures. Now, whereas painting is more subconscious in the buyer's mind, lighting fixtures, you want to be noticed and you want them to realize how bright the room is. Most home retailers like Home Depot, for example, have cheap lighting fixtures that will drastically improve your space. Old and dated lighting fixtures really detract from the value of your house. Adding new lighting fixtures just gives it that touch of modern that a lot of these homes I see need, and it just brightens up the space. It's one of the best investments that you can do to your home before putting it on the market. Moving on to number 3 on our list: wall switches, faucets, doorknobs, and door handles. These are all items that with very little money make a big difference to your home. Overall, the objective here is to increase the perceived value of your home. When we do that, we significantly decrease the amount of time that your home will spend on the market. You would be very surprised how often I see buyers get caught up in these small details like this. Going to reach for a doorknob that's been there for 40, 50 years as compared to a nice, sleek, modern black, something a little bit heavier, goes a long way. Those details do not go unnoticed to someone who's looking to purchase one of the largest assets in their lifetime. And they're extremely affordable, so just do it. Trust me on this one. Moving on to number 4, we're talking about minor kitchen upgrades. Now, to be clear, I'm not talking about tearing down the kitchen or doing a full remodel. We're talking about small items that can be addressed very affordably and relatively in a short amount of time. Now, I want you to think about one of 3 things when it comes to the kitchen. First being a quartz or a stone-like countertop. The second would be to resurface the cabinets. And the third is putting in a beautiful backsplash. If you have the time and resources to do all 3, the kitchen has not been upgraded in quite some time, definitely go for all 3. These are things that I constantly see are a great return on investment and things that buyers, it catches their eye and they're actually looking for. But if you are on a budget and you can only do 1 or maybe 2 out of the 3, that's totally fine. At the end of the day, appealing kitchens definitely sell properties. Oh, I just want to emphasize, do not go overboard with your kitchen. One of these 3 items will be perfectly sufficient, I promise you. And a lot of times what you might find that you like in your kitchen preferences is not what your buyer's looking for. So keep it to one or all three of the ones that I mentioned and you'll be just fine. Moving on to number 5, hardwood floors instead of carpet. This one I really want to drive home. Let's be honest, nobody wants carpet anymore. Do everything you can to put hardwood floors or some type of laminate comparable in place of carpet. Hardwood floors go a long way with buyers. It's definitely what they're looking for. Nobody wants the carpet, like I said. And if it is a budget issue, just hit the communal areas. You don't have to do every bedroom necessarily. That would be ideal. But if not, if it is a budget issue, just stick to the communal areas, like the kitchen and the living room, dining room, things like that. If you are in a position where you're in an older home and you're planning on, replacing the carpet anyway, definitely consider hardwood. It goes a long way. First impressions are certainly everything when it comes to selling a property. Step number 6 is staging. Now, I go much more in depth on staging in this video that I'll tag up here in the corner. It's a video that I made on how to sell your home for sale by owner. I definitely elaborate on staging and give personal experiences from properties that I have sold and the impact that staging has had on them. So make sure to check that one out if you haven't already. But with staging, what we're doing here is not leaving anything up to the imagination of the buyer. As soon as they walk in, they get that homey feel that they're looking for. They see the true value and potential in the property when it is staged versus not staged. And honestly, I recommend every one of my clients stage their property if it is vacant. If it's not vacant, that's a different story, obviously. There's other things that you can do, like hiring a home organizer. This is a person that can come in, organize your space, help you declutter, and give you a little perspective into what the buyer is actually going to be looking for. It's an alternative if you live in the property that you're attempting to sell. Obviously, you might not be able to stage it, but a professional organizer is a good option as well. At the end of the day, staging is one of the best things that you can do to sell your home for the most amount possible in the shortest amount of time. There's a statistic that was released by the National Association of Realtors that showed that a staged house actually sells 70% faster and up to 10% more than a non-staged house. Time and time again, I see this be a tremendous return on investment, so do not sleep on staging your property. Thank you so much for sticking around. We are on our last and final item. Item number 7 is landscaping and curb appeal. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is something that I see quite often actually, people kind of disregarding the curb appeal of their home and more focusing on the interior. Now, this is a huge deal because a lot of times you could have already sealed the fate of your home before the buyer even walks into the property. Now, these are all items that come at a very little cost or even free to you. I'm talking about simple things like cutting the lawn, weeding, trimming the hedges, maybe mulching the beds. You can even power wash the exterior of the property if it needs it, and the driveway. Very simple and very affordable things at the end of the day, but also very important and goes a long way. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This was 7 very simple, very affordable things that can be done in a timely manner, but that will make a big impact before listing your property for sale. Now, this was a very quick overview, so if you have any questions regarding any of the steps that I explained here in this video, drop me a comment or feel free to reach out to me directly with any buyer, seller, investing, or relocating in Orange County questions that you might have. I'll drop my information here in the corner. Other than that, guys, please like this video. It helps me out tremendously, and consider subscribing as I'm dropping new videos like this weekly. Thanks again, guys, and see you in the next video.